Right, now I'm going to write a support plan. We get into some of the actions. So, okay, here we go, back at the main screen again. We created Colin client as per earlier, and just show there he is, lucky lad. Okay, so we've got a support plan, project we call it there, we've changed the name to support plan. But it ain't doing anything, there's no tasks in there yet, so let's go and make some tasks, shall we? Well, there's two ways of doing it. We're going to show you this way for now. We are going to do it. So here we are. We've got a set of tasks relating to other people, and we are going to create. So here's the task. Right, now then, we've got Colin, top of the head. Now we're down to the next kind of layer. So what we're going to do? Right. So let's say we're going to do, say, meaningful activity. Very broad term, but we're just a training thing. We could make that kind of a lot more specific if you wanted. Go to college, find work, whatever it is, you know, wouldn't worry about it too much, as it were. So what's the project? Well, it's going to be Colin Klein. You know, we're going to kind of like say what's the support plan will be the better language for that. We'll make sure that's there when it comes in. Let's set a deadline for this. It can be anything you want. A week, 3 months, 6 months, it doesn't matter. What is your deadline? As you know, you need some kind of deadline, otherwise things will just drift along. Does it need a review? Short-term actions, particularly things that are about to be accomplished quite quickly, don't need a review probably. Anything getting into a bit longer probably does, but for the sake of the training, we'll say we're going to review it on the 31st. Does it relate to St Andrews? Probably does. So let's bring that up. So we're going to say it's enjoying and achieving. Probably right. Whereabouts is it in your target stage, your kind of Julian housing stage, which is what we'll call. And do you want to tag it? And now then, tags here will come up to defaults of client actions and Julian housing actions. Pretty straightforward. We might well change that to resident action or something like that. And you can create others if you choose. What's the description? Put some context into this. Colin identified a lack of meaningful activity as a problem. In real life, it's a lot much easier to actually write. Meaningful activity is a problem. And just, you know, don't write an essay, just write what's needed to identify why it is that this is worth doing, you know, whatever it might be. So we have a description. And then what are the actions? This is business end, as it were. And we have got two sets here. One, we can go for want or need. So we'll do want, and then we'll do or need, and then we'll do risk after. So want. So what's the want and need? Is a target. So what is it actually going to do? So let's say it could be, so meaningful actions can mean anything. So let's say learn to use a computer. Okay. Now then, it's good to keep one action, you know, one kind of activity to each of these kind of like plans. It's just because some things can become longer term and short term. They're easier to manage. You can feel like there's a lot of them, but actually you need to end up writing this stuff out anyway, so you're not creating work. So for instance, if the meaningful activity was learn to use a computer and engage in a sporting activity or healthy activity and to go to dance class, for instance, to broaden social circle. You've got three activities, all of which you've got different kinds of activities, potentially different time scales. So try and if you put them all in one place, it causes problems. So plan them out, one target, one thing, one activity. So what do I want to achieve? To be a competent and confident computer user. Indeed, actually, competent is a bit poncy, isn't it, really? I mean, I think you probably kind of say good at, you know, something like that, but I'm not going to bother editing it now. What steps are taken to achieve this? To go to library, to look at free short courses and attend classes, skylights twice a week. computer classes. Top of my head. Okay, and I'll put a couple like that. Can't spell classes, but there you go. What actions should take? Client will go to classes. Client we go to Skylight. Right. And libraries agreed. That's agreed. Client's a bit full, isn't it? Collingwood. That's a lot nicer. And what are you going to do? I'll just take it. Others could be other partners. It could be you as a worker. Let's say I will take Colin to library. Whatever makes sense. Like could easily become Toby, Colin, whatever you want it to be. And then the obstacles, entirely optional this. I don't know if you can figure out, it's a favourite of mine, I've got to say. It's the only thing we think we could get in the way of this, and it can be very useful sometimes. But if it's not required, just leave it blank. So we're going to leave it blank. And what's the outcome? Has it been done? Has it worked? So, there we go. Delegation, I'm going to look at that separately, and this is kind of like more information. Is there anything else you want to kind of put in? And you can put a Gantt chart. But we'll have a discussion with this actually. I think we'll readdress it because I'm not sure it's entirely needed and just confuse the matters. It's the description of the action. That's where the business is at, and then we're going to save it. So there we are. We have got an action. Okay, let's go on. We'll have a look at risks in a second.